And welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me today on my latest episodes. As you can see, Sean, the big lad. Introduce yourself, lad.
My name's Sean, big Liverpool fan.
Season ticket holder, aren't you?
Season ticket holder, yeah. Centenary, Lewis Centenary.
Known Sean for absolutely years, but he's a big head like me, so I just thought I'd get him on. But he's moving down towards Huddersfield. Sad times, but
away games
anyway.
Yeah.
But he's very good insight anyway. He's watched the lads all last season as well, and season 4 as well, didn't you?
Well, I've had the season ticket for about 4 years now.
4 years.
It's actually not in my name; it's in my neighbour's name. But he's got an extra season ticket, so I'm taking it over. Yeah.
But like you've watched all the players inside and out for like every single week.
Yeah.
But I think there's a difference, when you're watching the lads on the telly.
Oh,
and
massively,
obviously, if you're in the stadium, you can just focus on one player and see. There's a lot more area play.
Yeah, you can see the off the ball kind of movements and like the analysis of the games much better, I think.
No, that's sad. Yeah, so just brought him on just to first. He's lost his YouTube virginity. There we go.
Yes. Been begging for this for ages.
But nice one for coming on, lad. Yeah. Just thought, did you watch the match yesterday?
Just like part of it. I just couldn't.
Seen all the goals, not yet.
Yeah, I've seen all the goals and all the long highlights and that.
Yeah, no,
it was a good game. Yeah.
We've got a list down there anyway, so we've got to talk a bit about Emre Can today. Sean has got a bit to say on him. Like, obviously, you've seen a lot more of him than we have, but I will have a little discussion with him on that. Pre-season Bayern Munich match build up. We'll talk a little about that as well. Obviously, the Coutinho situation. Get Sean's view on the little Brazilian and whether or not Sean wants to sell him or will accept any money for him. But yeah, so we got that. And obviously, we talked a bit about off-screen as well, the formations in which Jürgen's going to deploy. You've talked about the diamonds formation.
Yeah.
Obviously, the concluding one, we'll probably talk about signings as well.
Yeah.
Or anything else that pops up. We'll have a little gab about it. But
freestyle.
There's like, we'll talk about anything really. But first one we'll start off with will be Emre Can. As I mentioned, we'll talk about him. Would you offer him a contract going to?
I would offer him a contract, but not on what he's asking for, because apparently he's asking for about 100,000 a week, which I think is too much for the level he is at right now as a player.
You were talking about the way in which he plays. Do you when you watch him? Yeah, like, he's not that agile on the ball.
I think it's because what we play more of a dynamic kind of system, and we play kind of free flowing kind of football.
Yeah.
Like compared to the likes of Chelsea and Man United, wherein Mourinho's kind of managed them, they've had a kind of structure block, kind of thing. Yeah. Emre Can, I don't think's. I mean, I could be wrong about it, but I don't think he's as athletic enough to play that position.
When you said that to me, I was like, athletic, but I got where you mean. Obviously the agility, obviously Kante is he's very different to the way obviously Emre Can plays.
Lallana and Wijnaldum.
Yeah, they're I call Adam Lallana the Spanish Englishman.
He is, yeah.
He's basically a Spanish player, but he's English. He's my first personal best English player. Obviously, if he didn't play for Liverpool, I'd still love him anyway. But for me, Emre, he didn't have the best season last season, did he?
Well, he came to his own kind of later on, didn't we? We know with the overhead kick.
Yeah, he played absolutely wealthy.
Yeah, that quite decent then. But I don't know where. I see him playing the Henderson role.
Yeah.
But Henderson gives a lot more in the running. Yeah. And he's more a sensible in how he tackles and defensive work.
I think you spot on there with the variety in which I don't think Emre's got that up to Hendo's level of passing range.
Exactly,
obviously when you're playing Can, where would you play Can? Would you play him more higher up the pitch in the midfield area?
I mean, the way he plays, I'd say he's nailed down for that Henderson role.
Oh, the deep line midfielder.
Yeah, the deep line midfielder. But as you say, the passing range and the tackling is a big thing, and I don't think he's not mastered it till now.
Yeah.
So it is one of them where I don't know whether you'd want him to go or not. But,
let us know. Yeah. It's a weird one, Emre Can. Obviously, shut up, phones. So the Emre Can, I personally would give him a contract.
I would, I would.
But obviously the money he's asking, if we were to offer him a contract, he's got to step up his game, and really coming into this.
But
season.
I mean, do you see him starting in the midfield?
That's a good question. Do Sean's asked you, could you see him? Who would you play in your midfield three? It'd be a three that we're playing, more or less.
Not the diamond. I don't think. Yeah.
But like our attacking variety and play is going to be ridiculous this season.
The versatility is very.
Yeah. Who? Right, I'll tell you my three then. I'd play. Adam Lallana's nailed down for me in midfield.
Nailed down, 100%.
I'd play Hendo when he's fit. Obviously, before he come into the back end.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, just talked about then, and
it's got to be Ginny.
It's the other one, isn't it? Yeah.
I think Wijnaldum last season he was the most underrated player in our team. He did all the dirty work, and as you said earlier, you don't notice it when you're on watching on the screen, but when you're there,
he hasn't still scored in the way
goal. And he's robust, he's strong as well.
Yeah. Oh, he's like 5
He's a box to box midfielder.
Yeah.
His legs are massive.
He's like a little stocky hobbit.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But when we signed him, I never knew he'd be that kind of player, and he was more of an attacking midfielder.
Yeah, attacking midfielder.
But Klopp's kind of know what he's capable of.
He's done that with Ginny and Adam Lallana, hasn't he? He's brought them more central. Obviously, Adam played a lot wide for Southampton, captain there, so he's got the experience. Adam, that's the thing about Klopp. He can get players and he can convert them into...
He can develop them,
and put them in a position
that's why I don't think Can is 100% suited to Klopp, because he's not that versatile as much as other players. So
let us know your thoughts on Emre Can. It's a very... We could talk about Emre Can
we can talk about for ages,
For ages, but let me know your thoughts, everyone. Sean's spoken, and I have spoken, but definitely we're not going to leave this to bed. So would you get him to sign a contract? Let us all know.
How much?
Obviously, how much would you... If we did sell him, obviously Juventus have been linked with him all summer. So we couldn't get a lot for him, obviously, going into his last year of his contract.
No.
But given his age...
about 30, right?
30 million. In this market, it's absolutely madness, isn't it?
It is.
The amount of players, 50 million for Sigurdsson. Swansea, they rejected a bid of 45
Everton,
for them.
Right? Was it Everton?
And a world in which Kyle Walker goes for 50 million. But I can't wait. Obviously, speaking on signings as well, we'll talk a bit about later, but I'll touch on Robinson. Were you impressed with him? In the highlights that he was.
I mean, I actually had a mate that in uni. He's from Hull.
Oh, sound.
He was originally from Hull, and he said because he was supposed to go to Burnley.
Really?
There was a period where they was Hull was selling loads of players Snodgrass and all them players. And he was supposed to go to Burnley, and he said he was a fantastic left back, but obviously it's on the Hull level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Hull.
Yeah.
But
big fish in a small pond. We've been there with Charlie Adams, Stuart Down, and
exactly.
The list goes on. Everyone, we have not got the best track record with those type of signings.
No, but
there's a big step up from Hull to Liverpool. But
massive. Yeah.
I hope, from what I've seen in that first 45, he's got an engine on it. I think we used to see Millie play left back, and he hasn't got the pace, has he?
No, he hasn't. And you need that natural left
foot, on the left side.
I mean, I seen him last season when we played Hull. I think we beat him 5-1.
Oh yeah.
We were playing really good football, but he was one of the standout players.
Yeah.
I remember he was quite a good player, and he was bombing down that left hand side.
He battered us 2-0 when last
season.
That was one of the games that we lost.
That was at Hull. That was a big K-com, but we battered them when they came down to Anfield.
Yeah,
so
But
I think he's a good player. Yeah, I think for 8 million.
Can't really argue, can you?
Today's market, yeah.
What do you want to talk about, Coutinho or Salah?
We can talk about Coutinho, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about Coutinho.
With Coutinho, I think if you get rid of him, then you're sending a message out.
That you're a selling club.
You're a selling club.
You mentioned that, didn't you?
You know, you must keep your players. I mean, in my opinion, no matter what the price tag is, I want to sell him.
He's irreplaceable. When you look at the market, there's no one I can see replacing him for his age and for the money.
Yeah.
In which you probably, if we did sell him, we'd get quoted silly money from everyone around Europe. Unless you were to bring in Mbappe or someone, even though he's obviously one's an attacking midfielder and one's a striker. But
I mean, there's one player in my mind if we do stand to get, but I don't think we'll get him, and that's Asensio.
Oh yeah, what a player!
I mean, he's got a cracking goal.
Was it Barca?
Against Barca,
yeah.
That
was a cracking goal. Right?
Yeah, he's a good player, but
I doubted you.
We wouldn't get him. But I'm just saying that if we do, that's one player I'd look at. But Coutinho,
the importance. Yeah.
Not even a question. Don't sell him. If we sell him, then I'll be really upset.
Everyone will be out, especially me, you.
Especially with the owners.
Yeah. No. Like that is like it's an important window for the owners as well, and
very
especially for those as a club as well. If we can get these signings done and done properly, we can, and obviously with Jürgen, we can really make a statement this season, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if we do keep Coutinho this season and he has another brilliant season, I mean, then I'd say fair enough, let him go. But not this season.
I think
this
we could
just like a building block kind of.
Yeah, building block.
Do you know what I mean?
We need to give him the reason to stay.
Exactly.
Say if we mounted a title challenge.
Yeah.
Like as Klopp said, if he won the league with Liverpool and he helped us, if this team helped Liverpool win the league after so many years, 20 plus years.
Yeah.
It'd mean a lot more than him being just one of those Barcelona players.
He'd be the player, wouldn't he?
Yeah, at Liverpool he'd be the player.
If you would remember the season, if we did win it, hopefully we did.
Yeah.
He would be the player you'd say. It's the standout.
Yeah. I think with the with Virgil as well, if he'd be one of those type of players as well. He could solidify that defence. But Coutinho, as you mentioned, there's no one out there in the market, and he means too much to Liverpool Football Club, as does his fans, and obviously Klopp. He's the main key player in this team that makes everything tick. Yeah. And if we were to sell him, that'd be a two fingers up to Jürgen Klopp if the owners sold him. So I can't see him saying. No. I think it's just all paper rubbish. Literally. Barca press are just literally, even though Barca did come in with the first bid of 72, but like they can literally jog on.
72, that's a joke. Isn't it?
If I was Coutinho and you Coutinho, that's an insult to me as a player if someone bid that much.
Yeah, especially as you say, today's market, he's not 72, is he?
So like the positional player Coutinho this season as well, where he's Klopp at the back end. Like when you were seeing him, like he plays. Like, let me know, like, what you thought, like, when you've brought more central into the position.
I thought he was excellent in that diamond. Yeah. In particular, that West Ham game.
Oh, yeah.
That pass for Sturridge from the first goal. Yeah. That's what he can do.
Obviously, the Salah friendly as well, like, that ball.
But the debate was, at that time, can he actually play that deep role and that number 8? And Klopp did say after that game that he sees Coutinho more as a number 8. Kind of player rather than out wide.
That's right. I think he's really wasted out wide.
I think he's wasted because he doesn't have the pace to actually beat a man for pace, but he obviously has the trickery.
Got the feet.
He's got the feet. He can beat people, but with the vision, and the
you get more out of him, don't you? As a player, if he's more central.
Yeah. More central,
and he's got a lot more. If you're playing central in midfield, you got more people to pass to, haven't you? Like, but the prospects of obviously it would lead it into the Mohamed Salah one now is like the vision he'll set up. If you Mane, Salah, you got Sturridge, Firmino, and even Adam and Ginny, with obviously Mane and Salah, they'll spread the pitch, and it'll obviously get more space for the midfielders and all that.
Yeah, and that's what he wants. Yeah. I mean. I remember when we had Suarez, the good old days. When we did have him and Sturridge and Sterling, they were the type of players that would run behind.
Yeah, we need
Coutinho
that.
enjoyed that. But the season after, we got bloody Ricky Lambert, which was
Aspas and all that crowd.
It wasn't. I mean, it's also with Balotelli. It was just stationary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it didn't give him an impetus to
the thing, like,
give them balls away.
When you got players like that, Suarez and Coutinho, you can't replace them. We still haven't replaced Suarez, have we?
No, we'll never. No, I think he was the best player.
He was the best player for me and you in our generation ever to grace the football pitch of Anfield.
Yeah.
I mean, like the stuff he used to do was just absolutely filthy on the football pitch, wasn't he?
Well, that Norwich game was amazing. That Norwich game.
I bet you Norwich fans were happy that we sold him. Because he scored every single week against them.
He broke a record for amount of goals against one team.
Yeah, did he?
Yeah. He got
so Norwich fans, if you're watching, you're made up, guys. But Mohamed Salah then, you were saying you were very impressed when we brought him in.
Yeah, I was. He just brings another dimension like what Mane did.
More threat, innit?
Yeah, and having two of them will just terrify defences.
Literally.
Yeah, and I think with Salah, we bought him this season, and everyone's especially the England kind of viewing.
Oh yeah.
Is that he's kind of underrated in a way because
when
of his failure in Chelsea. Well, not failure, was it? He didn't really get a chance, to be honest.
I think I look at he's had a kid, as I mentioned in one of my other videos.
Yeah.
And he's got a beard now and that, so he's a lot more settled. You can grow up a lot in 3 years time.
I mean, he was what, 20, 21 when he came.
Yeah, so young.
I bet he regrets the decision of going to Chelsea. He should have went to us the first time. It would have saved us a lot of money as well.
But I think, as I mentioned downstairs, we have got an absolute steal there in this current market for the price.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. You can't argue for like 35 to 38 million really for what he's going to give to this team.
Oh yeah, he gives goals, assists,
and the space in which he'll create as well.
Yeah.
Like if you've played football, the one person that the one typical player that you hate is playing against pace.
Yeah.
So if you're a defender or whatever,
definitely.
if you've got a player that's going to go in behind or come at you like one-on-one, you've got Mane and you got Salah now to add to that. And you got Coutinho in midfield, and then you got Firmino running off your shoulder and all that. That you tell me you can't really.
No.
Obviously, that I hope against park the bus teams as well, but.
Oh yeah, but with them two out wide, even if people park the bus, it'll still drag. It'll create more.
He's got that Iron Robin bit about him. He likes to shoot. Obviously, we all seen him at Roma.
Well, that's another question I have to ask you.
Oh, go ahead, lad.
Where would you play Mane and Salah?
I think Mane on the left and Salah on the right, and then obviously Bobby playing as a false nine, maybe drop in. But with Mane and Salah, they have played up front.
Yeah.
So, but I think they'll all interchange. Jürgen.
No, yes.
That's the thing that with the forward line, there's not really set positions.
No.
But obviously they'll start off.
Yeah.
But if you're a left back and right back, and you've got Salah in the first five, and then you got Mane in the second half, you're like.
It's going to terrify defenses.
Yeah, it's going to drag, literally, the defenders are not going to know where to go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be a big thing for next season.
And how they're kind of players that kind of cut inside and be the strikers in a way.
Yeah.
Aren't they? They're not like your typical wingers, aren't they?
No,
they can do everything.
They've been developed wingers now to like cut in and
that suits the number 9 position from Firmino.
Yeah.
Because then he can drop off.
Like say if he's dragging out like a right back or left back's coming in.
Yeah.
He can probably like run the opposite way and like run like obviously the players that they are they're very technical and they slide the ball
I could see them two players working in tandem with Firmino because Firmino is a team player.
Yeah, definitely.
He drops off, creates space for the middle when them players run inside.
Let us know on your thoughts on Bobby Firmino. For me, I reckon let us know how many goals or assists you get and even Salah as well. Give us your thoughts on that. For me, I think Bobby will get more assists than goals this season.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
obviously he's going to be on number 9, but
he's not a goals. He's not.
He's not an out and out.
Yeah, he's not
fox
an out
in your
and
box.
Out. But to what he brings to the team, he's as valuable as anybody.
Yeah, as long as he benefits. Obviously, I'd rather have a striker that makes our whole system could work. And I think Jürgen's talked about it this week. He sees Firmino as bringing the best out of him, but he sees he's important to the way in which we play in an all-round team, like formation. One thing, obviously, when you watch him at Anfield, he's one of the first to actually press and run at players.
He's the first one. He is the first one. He's the guy that
just
influences.
Starts to press.
That's one criticism I have of Sturridge.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't press, so then they don't have any impetus or any intention. It kind of feeds off other players.
Yeah.
When you do press, especially with a forward line press.
You need, I think Jürgen, when he said about in pre-season as well, I think we need to get that nailed down. The Jürgen pressing and everything needs to be proper sound. But obviously we're talking a little bit about signings as well. Obviously, as transfer rumours, as I love from my channel as well, I love talking about all the rumours and that.
It's all about transfers, isn't it?
But I can't really wait until it's shut. I get you can't and a lot of us, so we can just focus on the pitch, football and. Well,
there's one player in particular.
Oh, here we go. Messi.
That's our central defender.
Oh, Virgil.
Hopefully,
Virgil. I hope. I think I don't know if it was James Pearce or I seen someone in an article this morning. Yeah. It could go down to the wire.
I think it will. I think it will because what's happened early on in the season. It's kind of delayed the process.
We've come out like the owners, obviously. I don't think Jürgen would have had a say in that.
No.
I think the press office in Liverpool and the owners went like crap. Like we've let a cat out of the bag. We've wanted them very much, and you've obviously talked to a player. every club does it. So in the league and all around Wales, Barca are the favourite ones. They talk to all like 10-year-old kids in their academy and get them all and poach them. Hence their ban. But saying that, we've got a ban on our like it was under 16s or something ban on signing players.
It was a kid, wasn't it, from Stoke or something that
I like it.
they didn't pay his school fees.
He's got to get doing those exams.
Well, I feel sorry for the lad.
Yeah.
He's in limbo now. Yeah. He's not with a club now.
Oh, can he get signed?
Well, he left Stoke and he went to Liverpool, and now he's not signed the contract, and it's just the lad's kind of just nowhere. Really,
hopefully he can get a club sorted.
Yeah, hopefully.
But Virgil, I think, as you watched that defence last season and of course seasons after season, defence is the big thing for Liverpool. It has been every single season, hasn't it?
I think it's in the air, isn't it? I mean, Milner and Klein. I love them both.
Yeah.
But the weakness is up in the air.
Obviously, that was exposed in the friendly, wasn't it? Like
definitely,
Milner.
Well, Milner can't really head the ball properly.
Yeah.
And Klein can't. Yeah. He's small, isn't he? He can't.
He's very small. I think he's about 5'10". I'm only 5'6".
Yeah, but I'm not criticising his defensive work. Yeah. His defensive work. He's a good right back.
He's far better than Glenn Johnson. Put it that way.
I mean, if we had Glenn Johnson, we'd be complaining about the defensive work. But Klein, he does his defensive work very good.
Yeah.
I think he could do a bit more going forward. Especially to tail end.
I think he only got like 1 or 2 assists last season. He needs to add that to his game.
He can't, for some reason.
Can he not cross when you've watched him?
It's not that he can't cross. He doesn't go by the byline. He's a right-footed player, but he cuts inside. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's just not confident enough to do it. But defensively, he's sound.
Yeah.
Except for the air. In the air, he's not as good.
I hope teams, hopefully, Tony Pulis and all that don't watch. I highly doubt this episode, but if you're an opposition manager, that's a thing I would look at Liverpool going into this season. I'd put my biggest man on the left back and right back.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd pull off. Obviously, you wouldn't pull
definitely.
onto your big 2 centre backs. Obviously, if it is Virgil and Matip, Christ, they're like 6'5" each, 6'6". But that will be a weakness.
Yeah.
But it's all comes down to positional play. Look at Tim Cahill and there's legendary small people that can like head the ball. It's all about positional timing, play and jumping and timing.
Yeah. Hopefully Robertson will strengthen that.
How tall is Robertson?
I'm not sure. I think he's about 5'11". He's about my height. He's about 5'11". So he's not the same. But as you say, it's not about the height.
Milner's not used to really defending, is he? Though
that's the problem.
That's the thing. You're playing a central midfielder, left back. And you're asking him to
once we've got this left back sorted now, hopefully with Robertson, then you can use Milner you can utilise him in midfield.
Even forward or wherever you want to play him.
Yeah, wide. I mean, he's the best crosser in our team.
Yeah, by far. You looked at him when he was at City. The assists he got there, and he didn't get a lot of games when he was at like the back end of City, but he was easily one of the top assisters. And even in Liverpool, his penalty taking skills are absolute class. I mean,
his crossing when he did play in midfield. Yeah. The first season he came. Yeah. I mean, do you remember that? Obviously, you remember the Dortmund game.
Oh,
the last goal for Lovren. I mean, that was a peach of a cross.
Yeah. It was just it was the Hail Mary ball. You're like, come on. And then everyone literally all around the world, everyone's pints went up in the air, and everyone got jumped on. What a game that was.
It was, yeah. With the 2 centre-halves, first of all, I want to talk about Matip.
Yeah.
I think he's an excellent defender.
I love Matip.
He's another underrated player.
Yeah.
Not only in the Liverpool team, but in the Premier League.
What does he do, like, from when you've watched him at home? What do you think his best attributes are?
Well, on the ball. I think, we'll talk about his defensive work in a bit, but on the ball, he's a very good footballer.
Yeah.
He's got that German kind of thing going for him.
I think that's when Jürgen brought him in, but...
Yeah. I mean, when he gets the ball, he looks up...
Composed,
very composed, very relaxed.
Yeah, difference from Skrtel or Sacco, who literally just panicked when he got the ball. Like.
Yeah, I think he's a very good... I mean, he's the defender that we have to kind of build around, and if we get, obviously, Van Dijk, then that would be a perfect partnership.
It complements... Does he play right side, Matip, or...
Matip can play both.
Oh, sorry. I mean... Yeah, he's very good on both feet.
I think he did play right. Lovren played left.
Yeah.
But I think he can play both. He can use his both feet. But yeah, obviously Lovren's a tricky one, isn't it?
He's not on Matip's level, but
No.
I think Lovren, he's fine against strikers that have not got pace.
No.
But as soon as you put him against a striker
that
gets like he's got pace, like Guerrero, he literally gets done.
Yeah.
And Jamie Vardy,
Yeah.
those style of players,
Yeah.
they just blitz him. Like his positional play, he ball watches too much for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watch him and he's looking too much at the ball.
His mental kind of state is not always there. He makes erratic mistakes, but then he can have good games and he looks like a world beater.
The back end of last season, like the running, everyone will say, obviously, let me know your thoughts. We want to know your thoughts on Lovren, but he did give him his due. He did have a fantastic back end of the season.
Yeah, I mean he's decent in the air.
Yeah,
but he does lose. He just loses
his edge sometimes.
Yeah, he does lose it. So we can't really afford that. I mean, we've had him for 3 or 4 seasons now, and it's not really improved, has it?
Another Southampton defender.
Yeah, well, I mean, Virgil's, I think
he's another level. He's obviously hence the price tag. I don't really care how much.
I don't care.
He's the one player that you'd bring into our team, and he'd literally.
I mean, him and Matip. I can't see it go wrong. I can't see it go wrong. I mean, you always have this doubt of a player when you don't know him, but I think Van Dijk is one of them players which is like certain.
He's captain of Southampton, and he won't be now.
We need him.
But I think if we did bring him in, I don't know what you think. Could he be our captain? It'd give it like 1 or 2 seasons. Like
I can't. Well, I don't know. What do you think about Henderson? I mean, as a captain,
he does alright, but from what I've seen of Virgil, like he's commanding like orders and all that, like from what he's done in Southampton.
Yeah.
He's very much obviously captains and all that. It's not all about shouting; it's about your displays on the pitch as well.
And I think Henderson does that well.
Yeah, I think it was like when Gerrard was captain, he just done his captaining with performances, and he left Carragher at the back just to give everyone a rollicking if they needed it.
Yeah, definitely. So I think with signings,
just Virgil.
Virgil.
Yeah.
With the Naby Keita thing, I wasn't as gutted as I would be if we did lose Virgil, because really we've got.
With the most,
it depends on Can and the thing, but we have cover for that position.
I think if you look at our team, and we're the strongest in midfield.
Yeah.
Than we are in all the positions.
Well, yeah, because we utilise the midfield as much. I mean, our midfield is vital to us, really. Yeah,
but we're not saying if obviously Naby would, but I'm not gonna lie, in City, I haven't seen a lot of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player.
YouTube highlights look good.
Yeah, the YouTube. I mean, I watched one game. I think it was against Hoffenheim. It was just on telly. He did look good. He looked like a proper box.
Obviously, as you mentioned with Can, he looks very agile. Like
he looks he can change position kind of thing. He can change quick. Yeah, quick feet. One of that. So he's a player.
But if you're talking about that, we got Phil. He could be that. I don't know if he's moving into he could be the Naby position role anyway. But I think.
He would have helped, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a good player.
He's a good player, but we would have loved to have signed him. But it's still not official, but it's very looking like it's not going to get done.
I don't think it will.
But would you be happy with Virgil? Virgil, and obviously we got Robbo, Solanke's come in.
Yeah.
And who was your one? Is that it? It was another player. Salah, obviously, come in. But would you be happy with that window coming into next season?
With Van Dijk?
If we got Van Dijk finished the season, the window like that.
I mean, maybe another midfielder.
Yeah, midfielder.
But not the price they were asking for 70 million. Ridiculous. I mean, I'd pay Van Dijk for that, but for a midfielder, I'd pay about 40, 30.
Especially when next year he's got a buyout anyway of like 45.
And let's be honest, like if we do play Coutinho in midfield, then you have Lallana, you have Coutinho, you have Wijnaldum, Henderson, and Can. You have 5 midfielders there vying for 3 places.
Yeah.
And then you obviously...
And Grujic as well.
You have Grujic, him. I don't want to say his name, to be honest. But,
I think I might have probably butchered his name, Grujic.
Grujic, yeah.
Sorry, all the Serbians out there.
And we have him, and we have...
even Woodburn played central midfield.
So we have options there. So we're not desperate, but that centre-half role...
needs to get sorted and all that. And so we'll just conclude with... Obviously, we've talked about the signings and all that, but we talk about, obviously, the Bayern Munich it's going into the Audi Cup game. It's all on telly anyway, so everyone check that out. You'll be able to watch it. It's not on the big budget Sky packages and all that malarkey, but are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm not... I mean, obviously, you have to be 100% confident with a team.
It's good going up against, I think, a team like Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're not at the top of their game anyway, but playing against their standard of opposition will really help us.
I mean, their second team is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, probably the third team is as well. Yeah, I mean, they have good players. It'll be a good game. I'll be looking forward to see one player they have, and that's James Rodriguez.
Oh, yes. I think we missed... I don't think... If we did have the opportunity, but we've got, as we just mentioned then, midfielders. We've got a lot of midfielders for us.
Yeah.
But if we... I think it was 35 million, or
and
they've got an option to buy after 2 seasons.
Yeah, but, I mean, for the 2... I think it's a 2-year loan he's on.
Yeah.
They're probably paying a lot of money for him. They're gonna. It's probably similar to the Falcao deal.
Oh yeah,
United,
there's been a couple of them.
Which is like
Cuadrado as well, but
yeah.
I really rate Thomas Muller, as we talked about on this show. But
yeah, he's a danger.
He's the classic German player. Like you've watched him in the Euros and World Cups over the years. He's miles better than Harry Kane, but he's very similar in Kane the way what he does.
Lewandowski.
Oh yeah, oh yes, Robert Lewandowski. He's one hell of a striker.
Yes.
If you're looking at players around Europe, I'd love to sign Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah, he's a poacher, isn't he?
But yeah, like hopefully it's a good run out. It was a good match against Hertha Berlin, and obviously the standard of opposition is all about getting fitness in it.
Yeah.
But it's stepping up the quality in the way in teams you play, and hopefully you never know, we could play them in the Champions League.
Yeah,
in the group stage, we could get them in the group stages.
Yeah, I mean, because we're quite lowly seeded, aren't we? So the potential for getting a big team is very likely.
High.
Yeah. So it is, but if you want to win it,
you've got to play all those good teams. Like.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. Are you going to many of the Champions League games? Hopefully this season.
No. So I mentioned to you I'm going further out. My uni's further out now, and I haven't signed up for the Champions League games this season because I can't make the midweek kind of games.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to the Premier League ones.
Premier League games?
Yeah, Premier League ones. Yeah, I'm excited for the new season.
Yeah, but I cannot wait. But Sean will be coming on again, even though he might be moving far away, but he's not going to leave us all anyway. But yeah, you can come on again, lads. I've loved having you on.
Yeah, no problem.
You never know, Sean might set up his own channel for another
video. Yeah, I'm inspired, yeah.
Yes, lad. But yeah, nice one anyway, lads, for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
What's the name? I'll leave Sean's Instagram and all that. I want to speak to him anyway. But nice one, everyone, for checking out. And you never walk alone, as everyone. Enjoy the Bayern Munich match. And come on, the Red Men. Come on.
Yeah, come on.